Just going to keep it nice and real talk.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode, I don't know what, of Spill at this point.
I think it's the second one of the visual season.
Second one of the visual season, so let's say season 2, why not?
I love that.
Yeah.
The
Season 1
progress of it, you know?
Yeah, brother, let's bring him along with us. How's everyone
100%.
doing? Thank you for listening so far. I'm here with Mr. Sean Williams, King Williams.
Hey guys.
I'm Lucas Jones, welcome to Spill. We're talking today we're going to chat about love a bit.
Yes, we are.
Sean messaged me earlier, first thing this morning, saying, I want to chat about love and daddies.
No. Do you know what? Because that makes it sound so weird. Like, not weird.
I know.
That makes it better. Yeah, man, text him to be like, yeah, love and daddies. Huh?
No, I was in as well. I was
No,
like,
I
bro,
know you was.
we can get it in.
But you were in because you're already circulating that love cloud. And it's my dad's birthday. So, Dad, I love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, King.
Yeah.
God bless.
It's my dad's birthday. And I'm very blessed and fortunate, obviously, to have mum and dad still at home and in very close proximity to me.
Mm-hmm. We thank God.
I've always been that way, man. Like, I just like being close to them. And even when I've kind of lived in other parts of the world and stuff, I've always, as you know, I've always come back to Cambridge and stuff. So, yeah. And especially with everything that's been going on, I'm more thankful for every day. For every day. There are people, you know, and even in the news, we're looking at the inquiries and stuff that people are starting to go through and have. And you're listening to people and you can hear the hurt and the pain and the anger for loved ones that they've lost, that they feel before time. And for some of them, you know, they were at a ripe age, but still that pain of separation never goes. And the anger at the basis that it could have been in some way maybe prevented And so when you look at that, and then being like we are, very self-aware, I look at my parents now and there's so much more patience there. In myself.
In yourself.
Yeah, because you've got that thing once a parent, twice a child.
Right.
And I can feel the transition happening.
Yeah.
Even between me and like my older brother, primarily, who's here, because he has the business back home with my mum.
Yeah.
And then my little brother's in America, and all of our conversation, how's mum and dad? What do they need? And I'm like, whoa.
The care.
Dude.
The cares.
So, yeah. So he's been on my mind, and he's, you know, we spend a lot of time together. But it was you, actually, because I don't, you know me, Luke, so I'm not spending the most amount of time on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, you got that balance done, nice.
Sometimes.
I can't even front that I do. You can go on my stories
Bro,
any which day
listen.
and realise what I'm about.
Listen. And I saw something, and I remember just messaging you, just going, are you in love?
They cracked me up, bro. I was talking about it last night. Sean just messaged me saying, bro, are you in love?
Bro.
Completely out of the blue.
Yeah. No, because you didn't see the picture I saw. I've never seen a headless man so happy. And that's going to hit a bunch of people like 10 minutes later and they're going to die while we're talking about something.
You're a joke.
I have never seen a headless man so happy, bro.
I'm gonna share that photo in the visuals. I'm
yeah,
gonna drop it right here. I'm gonna
to.
drop that right here. Okay, you're gonna see it right here,
So
bro.
So I had to ask.
Yeah. Bro, listen, let me not tell you one lie. I'm loved up hard right now, bro.
I know.
I'm loved up hard, but in a very unique and special way.
Talk to me.
So listen, so there's a girl I know.
Yeah, you're so silly.
I'm seeing someone who I've known for nearly all my life. I think this is why it's so specific. So I grew up, we're from the same place, and I didn't realise until we knew each other for a little while that she was best friends with my next door neighbour as a kid. So she was like in my world a lot. Yeah. And it took me to move out of home to be around no one I know, to kind of find someone from home, and something in that in of itself. But I think the reason, this is what I want to bring up as well. The reason it's so specific, and I'm sort of nervous too as well. It's so interesting.
Because it's real.
Because it's real. Yeah.
You do, but when you trust me, there's no pretense.
There's no pretense.
You might start catching some cold sweats and stuff.
100%. I know she sounds. Oh, I'm not gonna look butterflies. So we're in this. We're how to word it? We're exploring this form of a relationship that people would refer to, I suppose, as an open relationship, or as it's not polyamorous, because that's when you're in a multiple thing, but it's more about basically everything I've realised in the last year.
Yeah,
I was engaged once.
Yeah,
let me put that out there. I was engaged one time, and And like I've had lovely, healthy, happy relationships in my life, and I'm still cool with everyone I've ever been with, and all those things. But something I've noticed in myself is that the times I feel the pain I think from a relationship comes from the idea that you own that person. Is something I'm starting to realize, or has been in my case anyway, in my experience.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that I expect this from you, I need this from you, and if you don't hit the mark,
There you go.
then we're done,
There you
or I'm going to hold against you for however long until you make it up to me.
Excuse me.
So right now, this what was that thing that Jada Pinkett said? That this entanglement.
Oh, I can't believe
This current
I just
entanglement.
said this. Oh my days.
Right, I try to use that word as often as I can.
What
now.
is wrong with you, man? Said this entanglement.
This current entanglement is
so terrible.
is purely about being like, you're your own person, I'm my own person, I love you, and I want you to live the life you want to live, and explore what you need to explore, to be who you need to be. But when we're together, this is our space and this is our world. And bro, I never thought I'd be that guy. I never thought I'd be that guy, which is why it's so interesting. I never thought I'd be open to that.
Okay,
that dynamic of relationship,
got you.
where we don't own each other, and it's special, man. It's really special.
Can we go deeper on what you were saying?
Please, please.
I think what you were talking about in terms of the pain, in terms of previous relationships, I think that it may be also communicated as not necessarily the ownership, but the disappointment when the expectations are not met.
That's it.
And if you're self-aware, you're also very cognizant of how you communicate that information, because we're in a tough position as men, and I want to say this, and I hope that we deal with this more as well. Men are way more fragile than what we're open or willing to discuss, or even accept or admit to. And so a lot of the time, we will allow ourselves to be in situations and positions where the pent-up frustration becomes so much, because there's the non-fulfillment of the expectation, and then you can't communicate what it is you actually need, because you're afraid then that shatters the projection of who they think you are. And so what I think, in terms of even what you're saying, in terms of the openness of it, is it the real balance that makes it work is that you've both said, I have no expectation of you other than when we're in this moment and this moment, we're just here to basically ferment each other and make the environment better.
Yes.
Does that
nourish
make sense?
This moment, nourish each other.
Because I'll be real with you, the basis of how most people see open relationships, they then go, okay, cool, well, if you're out and you see someone that you like, all right, cool, go do your thing. But how you're talking and how you've described it to me, though it has the perception of what that kind of encapsulates, the real reality is that you've non-verbally said to each other, listen, I've done the thing where I expect you to be Superwoman between 9 and 6, and then for you to be Wonder Woman between 6 and 8, and then I need you to be Mary Poppins between 8 and 12. Allow it. But Lucas, everybody says if you're going to break one habit, you need to start a new routine. And what most people, and you'll know this from previous relationships and conversations we've had, most people don't have relationship, they have routine.
We spoke about this a little while back.
Because real relationship is spontaneous.
Yeah.
It's us having a whole day full of activities, me waking up, looking in your eyes and going, I don't want to leave nowhere but this bed today. And that's not even on what I call this fiendish, lustish level. This is I feel you.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I was talking about gelling and rhythm.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Brother, fully.
When nature gels, there's a rhythm to it.
There's a running joke that we have at the moment between us of how, like, it's 5 a.m. in no time, bro. Turn up at 6 p.m. and it's 5 a.m. in a heartbeat. And something about that sense of completely being, it's really just about being so open to someone and so willing to be like, listen, this is who I am right now. And this is the shit I don't even want to say. But here it is anyway. Once you break down to the bedrock of that, come on, bruv, it's real. And don't get me wrong, I see all the footfalls of how this could go a million ways wrong. And everyone is, I'm a human being. Sometimes I hear certain things, I thought I was the one who wanted to do it. 100% that. But the point that the remedy to that is to observe that, explore that, and be open about that. And if in the future this isn't working out in the way that it is right now, then we act accordingly. And that's I think that is one of the biggest realizations I've had, that sometimes I chat to my therapist about a lot, is I have this ingrained belief that this now informs forever.
Okay.
And it's a huge thing that I'm realizing I've carried through my whole life, of like, I think this happens now,
Yeah.
which then means, oh no, that's the path we're on forever.
Got you.
When in reality, it's this is now and this is now.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Take no thought for tomorrow.
Do
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's not mine. But do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't live life a day in
You
advance.
can't live life a day in advance. That's how you don't live at all when you do that.
This is real.
You miss your life when you do that.
Yes. That was a very hard lesson to learn.
But how about you, man? Just where you're at with, it's a big question. Where you're at with love. What space is love holding in your life right now, in whatever form that means to you?
It's an everyday vitamin. And depending on the balance of what's happening intrinsically, that vitamin can taste like a Werther's Original, or that thing can taste like Seriously tea. And for those of you that don't know what Seriously tea is, let me help you. Seriously tea, it's a herb that you find in the Caribbean islands. Now, if you should find yourself with some digestive issues, you're going to need some Seriously. And you're going to need to boil that thing.
Ain't gonna be pretty.
Oh, brother.
Oh.
When you taste it, it's going to taste like death. I don't know what death tastes like, because I think if you taste death, you're not going to know what anything else tastes like, because you're dead.
This is the closest you can get.
Listen, death.
Is that death?
But I'll tell you what, after winter is spring. So everything has to die before something can really live.
Mm-hmm.
And where love has me is crucifying me every day.
Whoa.
Yeah, Lucas, love is the greatest gift and the biggest sacrifice ever. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you give to sacrifice. I'm going to say it one more time. Love is the greatest gift ever, but it is also the most pricey, taxing, and painful sacrifice.
So where do you think the crossover of that sacrifice lies within the love and the relationships that exist, say, traditionally, in terms of our ideas of a couple or ideas of a marriage?
Let me understand what you're saying. So you're asking where the balance is between.
So I mean, if love in its intrinsic form is just love, it's just I feel this way about you, or you feel this way, or there's this force around our connection.
Yeah.
That, and then that sort of what's the word, distilled into a relationship format.
Got you.
What do you think the take from? What do you think is lost in the translation, if that makes sense? It's a very sort of lofty way to ask that question.
No, it's not. No. It's a great way to ask that question. What gets lost often is us individually. Because we, in the union of togetherness, we now believe that you can't be you without me and I can't be me without you.
Yeah.
And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, because obviously everybody has their different opinions and beliefs. God created me singly, with a single purpose in mind.
Yeah.
So then my attachment to you has to be about you supporting my singular purpose, me supporting your singular purpose within our collective environment. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So then what you're asking is, every day, do you promise to understand? Do you promise to trust? Do you promise to hope? Do you promise to support? Because what you're asking yourself is, for everything that I'm going to take, what am I willing to give? And the vast majority of us, nothing. Which is why we find ourselves sometimes in cycles. Because you have one person that wants to now go to the next moment, but you have another that can't see past what they need, what they want, who they are, and defining themselves in us. So imagine, because you can do that weird thing where you can basically, we can merge our faces, and then we get one weird version of us.
Yeah.
Imagine knowing that we've merged, but you're trying to pull you out of us.
Yeah. You want the merge to happen and it still remain just your face.
And every day it's sending you loopy because why?
Mm.
You're searching for an augmented reality and convincing yourself that's real. Never been. Never been. But what I've also found in terms of, to me, love is the greatest power in the universe. It has the ability to transcend where we are and to make you do things. As beings, we are holistically wired to survive and look after ourselves. Love goes against everything that is. So then it can't be from here. Because environmentally, it goes against the laws of what the environment says. So then it can't have been made here.
There is no more vulnerable position than when you... Bro, you know when the first night you share a bed with someone for the first time and that sleep's rocky because your body's like, bro, I don't know.
What's this
I don't know if I'm going to let you shut your eyes. Bro, I don't know if I'm going to let you drift off.
Bro.
I don't know what their intentions are yet.
And I got them duck feathers as well and them Egyptian cotton. I don't know if I want your face paint on my things. Like, I'm going to be real. What are you talking about? Them things is expensive, you know.
Brother.
Listen, saved up a little bit. See, no. Nah. I need to know who I'm playing footsie with, bruv. Nah, listen.
I don't care how thick your topper is, bruv.
Listen.
I don't care about that memory foam.
Hey.
My jugular's exposed,
You're
bruv.
so funny. You're so funny. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, Lord. Well, listen, so you mentioned your dad's birthday.
Yes.
I want to ask.
Are we done with love? You've not.
Oh no! But we can carry on. We can carry on. I'm just mindful of the
because,
time.
only because you were going into a place where you're like, so you was like, remember that first time you share your space?
Well, I mean, I was kind of allowing that to speak for itself, but just that, I suppose, like on the back of what you said about how the vulnerability that comes with being in love is, it happens on a societal level, it happens on an actual physical intrinsic survival level. I think it's a terrifying thing to be vulnerable like that. It's a terrifying thing to really, because I don't know how many people ever get to experience being like, this is who I am. This is completely who I am, without any pretense, without me trying to sell you on anything, without me trying to convince you that I'm like trying to prove anything to you. Like, this is who I am, and if you love that, then we can not even that, just if you can witness that and not run 1,000 miles, that provides a level of an infinite source of reassurance that the first thing that you're not mad. Because I think we all worry about, like, we all think, like, am I worthy of love? Am I the right sort of person? Could I be a better person? All the things that I think exposing yourself to someone sincerely brings to the surface. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? Whilst you were talking, I was just having a conversation with you in my mind. I know, weird, right?
I know you can do that as well.
You're so stupid.
No, I've seen it.
And you're so silly. But the reason why I was saying that was because what you're experiencing is based on, and we talk about this all the time, what's your building built on? The foundations that you're building or that you've laid, your sales pitch was authentic. You weren't a Fiat 500 claiming to be a Ferrari 450. You're like, listen, I ain't got much room, but I have enough. I'm not the prettiest, but I'm cute. I don't have the biggest tank, but I have enough to get us where we're going. And if you look after me, I'll look after you. Now, I ain't told you about no 0 to 60 in 1 second. I ain't told you about no bucket seats. I ain't told you about no new Siri that talks in Italiano and thinking, bro, I ain't told you Enzo Ferrari's going to pop out the boot and go, bro, like, no. Do you understand? So then I'm dealing with real information, Lucas.
Oh, bro, yes.
And where I am with love is I'm dealing with real information.
Yes.
Half of my friends won't talk to me at the moment.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They won't talk to me, not about the real stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because half the stuff I was saying 3 years, 5 years ago, and they just think I'm chatting.
Yeah. It's starting to come to fruition.
Oh, and they're in situations where there is no wiggle room. So we're gonna have to figure this out. Do you remember the Krypton Factor and the Crystal Maze? When the thing goes, so basically the Crystal Maze, you got like a couple of minutes, depending on how many crystals you got to get this done.
Okay.
You don't get it done, you're staying in there. You're staying in there, and they're not coming to get you back because they're gonna have to give you some crystals to get. Nah. You're gonna have to be Einstein or Hawking as one for them to go back and go, yeah, bring him back.
Got you.
So if you've gone, you've gone.
Okay.
That's the problem with most people, or that's the problem with a lot of my friends, is that the perception that there's no wiggle room means that to admit that you may have had a point about something that I dismissed completely, it provides a barrier. And imagine I'm saying, dude, the reason why I need you to come to the door and open a little hatch is because I've actually got the key. But when you can't see past what you don't either want to admit or you don't understand, then just staying right where you are becomes that thing. Like, you have to mind substance for a relationship, Lucas, because it needs consistency in changing seasons. That's why I always talk and love the truth, because Lucas, no matter what happens, the truth will always stand alone.
Oh, brother.
It needs no support. It needs no verbal backup. It needs nothing. Come back in 3 months, see if it's still standing. It'll be standing. Come back in 12 months. It'll be standing. Come back in 18 months. It'll be standing. In that time, 12, 18, so that's 6. In that time, we'd have gone through 6 transitional seasons. One where everything grows, one where everything blooms, one where everything starts to sleep, one where everything dies. And yet it still stands alone. That's where I am with love.
Whoa.
Maintaining the consistency that allows you to be who you need to be in season and out of season. And that has everything to do with you first. Because that's the problem. So many of us rely on others to give us the balance. She can't be my significant other. She can only be the love of my life.
Oh, whoa. Say it again.
So,
Say it again.
the basis of kind of where I am is I realized I was placing way too much emphasis on what she does or doesn't do. And remember I told you that obviously, you know, I've been doing some stuff with my dad and I've been really looking at meditating, but not in what I call the environmental way, like to really go into my spirit about it.
Yeah.
And I understood that my partner can never be my significant other because your significant other has to be the thing that created you. So she never created me. I had the ability to love before I met her. It's just that she brought out the transaction of that thing.
Yes.
So when you understand they're the love of your life, then what you do is that becomes the flow through of what you're going to reflect in terms of what the connectivity of love is right here. And so you never put on her that pressure, I need you to figure me out and make sense of... No. Just love me. And I'm going to just love you back. And I'm never going to need you to be more than what you are right here. Do you understand?
Fully.
Love is supposed to meet you right where you are.
That's the one.
I had to get past that, bro. I had to get past that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because my first model was my mum and dad.
Yeah.
And as amazing as it is, I also see the parts that they're trying to go, okay, cool, let's work this out. After 4 decades.
4 decades. That's where they're at.
So if they can be there at 4 decades, okay, cool. They're really trying to put me on and give me a head start.
What do you see in their relationship that's made that
Consistency.
Consistency. Because it ain't been easy, obviously. I mean, I'm not
Consistency, Lucas. Shorts and t-shirt in winter, my G.
Them ones,
you understand?
Yeah.
Flip-flops. I just went real yard right there, my bad. No. Because, let me tell you why. Because sometimes, you know this.
Oh, shit.
You'll see moments and you'll go,
yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna... And then we get older and we understand the choice they made and why they made it, because we're starting to see our own first simulations of it, and we're crying about what I call light affliction. And these guys have been through trauma in trenches.
Yeah.
Squeeze me a bit hard. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And that's what I see. consistency is the ingredient to all success.
You said a word right then. Sorry to cut you off, brother. Sorry. But you said a word right then about choices that I think is so fundamental and a huge realization. I remember someone I respect very much once told me that they wake up every morning and they look at their partner and choose to love them, despite everything else, to decide that they love them. I think that's how you make a long-term relationship work. I don't know.
Come on, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I'll let you know that I know when I'm there.
No,
when I'm 4 decades deep,
you'll confirm it.
I'll confirm it.
Lucas, how much stuff have we talked about 4 years ago we're doing right now?
Yeah.
And we knew then.
Yeah. I just didn't have the evidence. Didn't have the worldly materials to prove it.
And that's why so many people are wrecking love. Because they see love as a visual tool, as a visual aid. The Birkin bag, the Louboutins, the nice dinners, let's go out, the holidays. That ain't love. Love is when you can't see yourself properly and I tell you who you are. Love is when you can't get up off the floor and I still treat you like a queen. And I tell you, listen, even if you can't get off the floor, I'm going to keep working for us until you get strong enough to join the race again. That's non-visible. That's all intention and motive. So I'm with you, but you know, I know you know.
Jam's giving us the 2-minute signal, and I thought that's a perfect point.
Of course, it was the perfect point.
Love right there, bro.
Of course, it was.
Whoa. We're gonna continue this conversation in a few seconds.
We'll be back shortly now to our regular schedule program.